He was basically dangling himself in front of her.
He doesn't need to dangle himself anymore. She
Daniel-
already opened his door and went, I'm here.
Do you want any of this?
Braid.
So I'm thinking Naini was like, oh, ovary spoof.
Yes, 10,000 times yes.
Right.
Bodhi,
She's
calm
like,
your
"Oh."
ovaries.
Yes, my ovaries, wait, they're exploding.
There's a
Outside
shot
from
of
her
him
feelings.
where he's like this. He does this, this. I have to show you this. This part of the arm of a guy, like I'm not buff, but like for him, and this part was like hollow. Jesus Christ. I was like,
I think I have it.
There's some Trekkies opinion.
just some Trekkies opinion.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Just Somebody's Opinion. And we've got our special guests, our Trekkie guests, Anama and Tet, or just some Trekkies opinion.
Yay.
And the last time you might have seen them was during our What a Holiday charity event where we did breach that $10,000 and we had
Yay.
contributed $20.
$10. $20.
I donated 50.
I
which
donated
might be why I
$50 too.
won.
I donated 100.
52.
So we collectively donated 210.
With our efforts and our presence, we and our actual wallets.
And because of that, for some reason, that won the mug draw.
But while you're doing all that, please keep an eye on live chat because at the end of this, you'll be asked to pick somebody to get an extra entry into the giveaway for their choice of 8 Frosty mugs.
Nice.
So I'm going to get
And
out of
it
here.
will be us winning, right? I can't win. Or do I chat with myself and then win?
I don't think we're included.
Yeah. We didn't
Okay,
expressly
fine.
put
I
in,
just
like-
had to try.
We didn't expressly put in like any sort of like nepotism style clause, but
Okay. I'll try
But-
to be decent. Okay. Okay.
Let's spin and give away this collection of mugs to somebody and see what we get. Yeah, I'm stunned by that. Even now we're getting money donated in.
it's crazy.
Right, here we go. Tet, Bodhi's co-host for the Star Trek stuff.
You know what's hilarious
What's that?
about it being Tet was at the beginning of their stream, they even asked like, "Oh, can we be entered in this? Can we still stand a chance to win?" So that is hilarious.
And you said yes, I assume then?
I said, I mean, yeah. I mean, I made a joke about having no rules against like nepotism, which obviously this isn't. It's a random choice. Everybody just saw it happen randomly.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious.
Because she was
So
favored.
hilarious.
She was favored by the literal wheel of time.
Yes, by the literal turning of the wheel.
I watched it turn
So,
and I saw my
congrats.
name.
Congrats. And now you're obligated to learn more about the wheel.
And now I have 8 mugs to drink from every time.
You
we go on the
you
show.
cannot do the if it were someone else, I would say you cannot do the dishes for 1 week, but it's you, so I know you.
I
need
know.
to-
I was like,
You
what are
need
you
to do
talking
the
about?
dishes all the time.
So the next time you invite us, Bodhi, and if the mugs are here, all of us on this meeting or call or whatever will have a mug
Yeah,
that says something.
Well, that
from
would
the
be
stuff that I
next
picked.
season, because it's the last episode next week.
I know.
no, but I feel like after the episodes, there might be like some memery happening. So we could still talk about it.
And we can use
And-
the mugs on our Trek stuff too.
Yes,
Because we don't
yeah,
have Trek mugs yet. So
Yeah, we're waiting for that.
It is available.
I'm sure,
mean,
but
I mean, it's different to be given it.
yes.
True. Or to
And-
win it. To
Win
win
it.
it.
To ask it from the universe and then win it.
Mhm. You manifest.
Yeah.
Manifest destiny.
Manifest. I wish I manifest other things too. But okay, mugs are also good.
I manifested my hair. I with my braid. I'm doing a A naive
A
manifest.
naive. Well, so that's a great segue into episode 7.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Yes. Let's start with the opening scene of Rand
Mhm.
Mommy. Or
Mm.
how did you guys feel? Because when I was watching, I was just screaming at the screen.
I
It was
think
super cool.
and we went like, oh, this is Rand's mom, right?
Yeah.
Because of the hair color.
Because
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
red hair.
And she was
Yeah.
pregnant. Yeah. But she was
I didn't
super
connect
cool.
the pregnancy yet. For
Because she
some
did. You
reason.
wouldn't think someone who's pregnant would move like that. As someone who has
Yes.
been pregnant, I know it's not. I'd be like, chuk chuk. Okay, I gotta take a nap, and then
When-
I gotta go pee.
Yes,
I
I
have
was
to say,
gonna go pee before nap, I think.
I have to say, when Lily was watching, because she's been watching, she was like, why are they attacking the pregnant woman? She was so angry at the men.
This is fair as well. But then and then that's the question. Like, why? I know it seems like it was like in the middle of a battle or what, but one could also surmise na they were targeting her because she was pregnant. Was
Did
she
Yeah,
they
pregnant?
know?
Was she
Context
special?
symbols.
Is she special?
Did they
she did-
know of a prophecy where by the baby shall be born?
to a warrior
the-
mama?
I'm kidding. With a scar on his head.
Different book, different book.
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, because of okay. Now I'm realizing that there is no context to the battle here.
Zero context. It's just she looks like a mummy, like mummy with her bandage outfit.
A mummy.
A mummy.
And just to let the audience know, Anama is currently in the middle of her read through of I Have to.
Yes.
Where are you right now?
Where am I? Let me
Her
check
house.
what chapter I am
What
in
chapter is she?
now. I am at Strangers and Friends,
Chapter.
chapter 15.
Oh, okay.
Pretty
Okay,
early.
far
I'm
away,
only
far away.
like 20% in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there. It's me again with my spoiler thing.
Yes, it's okay. We don't mind.
We
to,
love
to the
spoilers.
audience, I'm gonna do book 1-ish spoilers. Not really spoilers. This is just world
Spoiler
building.
alerts.
Shields up, red alert!
Spoiler
But
alert.
in the book one, there's already a big part there where Tam was talking about how he found him, like what he said in the more detail than what he said in the show. But
Yeah.
he
And the
already
X-ray has some details also of the war and such.
Yeah.
So
I should definitely watch.
also
Okay, I'm definitely needing to watch the extras to the audience. These two have watched more of the Wheel of
all
Time.
of them.
read all of the trivia from the X-rays. Watched all of the episode zeros.
Okay, so that's they're beyond me now.
But yeah,
So
was there any
You're
context?
aware of the Aiel War?
No.
It was on one of the trivia anima, but it doesn't explain it so much. So I went on the Wheel of Time wiki and read about the Aiels in general, like
They're
who
tall.
they are,
Yeah,
and
tall, red-haired, and
yeah,
super warriors from the desert.
and are driven
Uh,
by honor
Very
and obligation.
Fremen.
Oh, they're like Fremen.
They're
But redheads.
but redheads. Redheads
Mhm.
from the desert. Yes.
Okay,
And
that
then-
doesn't make sense.
So there's a lot of conversation about that also. About their coloring and anyway, so the Fremen.
Fremen.
So the Aiel stay in the waste, which is the desert part, and then they've never left it except for this one time 20 years ago, where they were this is too much world building. They were chasing after someone basically,
Okay.
and then so they poured out of the waste and lay waste to things anyway. And
That's why their wrappings look like Fremen. Their robes look
What
like
is a Fremen? Sorry.
From Dune.
Dune. But that is I love talking to Tet. It's like a blank canvas.
While we're also on the aside, I'm sure you might edit out this whole thing, whatever
Probably.
you might. But I am so confused because Witcher season 2 just came on and I binged it over 2 days. And there
Oh,
would
you
be
finished the
moments. Yes, I finished it. So, and there were moments where like, am I, wait, is this, where are the Trollocs? Why is there a Trolloc? No, this is a different show. This is a different show. I had to
hav-
like, different
I'm
show,
having
different show.
confusion right now because I'm in
Right?
episode 2 and I'm like, wait, these are the Aes Sedai. Wait, no, these aren't
Right,
Aes Sedai.
right, because like the mages are like Aes Sedai. So like,
Yes.
no, wait, different book.
Why are there men? I don't know.
Yes.
Anyway,
So-
okay. What was he saying? Oh no, I forgot
The
my.
Oh, no.
Aeils
The
spilling
Aiel,
over,
they
trying to
laid
run
waste.
after people.
Oh,
They
yeah.
laid waste.
Yes.
Came from the waste and then.
But
laid
there was
waste.
this big battle, the battle of what is it, blood and
Called the
snow?
Blood Snow. The
The
Blood
blood,
Snow.
the blood
Which
snow
was
battle.
happening, at Dragon Mount.
Mhm.
And then, yes. And Tam was there.
Okay.
And Tam was fighting for whom?
For the. So, I mean, the world united against the Aiel because they thought, oh my God, all of these savages are coming out of the waste.
Mm,
And then so there was a coalition.
oh.
Men and elves. Oh, wait. Oh,
I
no,
was
no.
gonna
So-
say. I was going to
Wait,
say.
that's Witcher again.
Oh no! I thought Lord of the Rings.
But yes, no, but because in Witcher there is
Don't
a
say
real...
Anna, wait. I'm still.
Okay. Okay, sorry. No, it's in season 1.
Oh.
Okay, but yes, there's a men and elf conflict.
Oh, I remember by the way.
Okay, go.
So one of the one of our fans was just saying, if you read LOTR every year anyway,
Every
maybe you
other
can-
year, I'm not that. I don't have. the
maybe you
stamina
can
for it.
read Wheel of Time. Like, I think you can.
I think it's
Don't you
okay.
think, Anima?
Yeah. I
I
mean,
know.
it's
So I realize because when I'm listening to all of you, it's not a matter of a lack of stimuli. It's that I also have OCD, so I like predictability. So that's why I keep rereading the same stuff. I watch the same stuff over and over because it's calming for me to know that to know
Well,
what's going to
there's-
happen.
This is a finished series, so you
Okay.
know. Anyway, that aside happening, let's get back to the episode.
okay. I love that. We
What
just
else?
started.
Yeah, with just the cold open, and then we end up with the sword on her.
It was so good.
He was so good. The whole pulling the cape
Yeah.
and then going in and then oh my gosh, that was such a good fight scene.
Yes.
I like it
looked
when
like
she has like
crouching
just
tiger,
a
hidden
2, and then she would
dragon. Very
like,
nice.
and then she would like change the
And I was
grip.
reflecting, like, do we see a lot of spear fights? I don't think I've seen a lot.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, if you watch a lot
Oh.
of
Oh no.
Asian
So not
films.
Asian, like in the Western. Yes, because in Asian films I do see a lot of spear fights and lance fights, right?
Mm,
no.
not in
Not in
Western.
a Western mainstream.
Because her fighting, so I did research. So what? Because this girl was so good, I did some research on her, and she was like, she was like a Jessica Atreides body double, but she does a lot of so much stunt work. So I bet she has like
Yes,
Asian.
and apparently she had helped choreograph this thing.
Okay, I know where we see spear fights.
Where?
Wonder Woman. The Greek
Mm.
mythology films all have spear fights.
Okay.
Because I was trying to think through like when you watch a lot of the more Western inspired fantasy stuff, it's always a lot of sword fighting and archers. Because that's more aligned to that tradition. But Greek mythology, so think Troy. They had there was a spear fight with Brad
Yeah.
Pitt.
Yeah.
And then with Wonder Woman on that scene on by the beach.
Mhm.
Yep.
That was a really good.
So I was just gonna say. So imagine this is a pregnant Aiel woman. So imagine like a non-pregnant Aiel woman, and So I think because I think set it up that they're deadly fighters like at the start, with Tom and the dead Aiel. Or maybe you don't remember. But anyway, so it makes me excited to see more Aiel. Like, oh, how I want to see more choreographed fights, basically.
So is that why it links into, towards the end of the episode when Rand comes into the epiphany that he is the dragon reborn? It doesn't link back like his mom was such a badass fighter, and then he was like, doing like archery stuff, and then like someone saying like, oh, no one can destroy this wall. It's a really
Mm.
heavy lead wall,
And
and
then
then he
you
kind
see
of
that.
destroys it. So does that link like he comes from a line of warriors? Was
No.
that the link up? No. Okay.
Well, I don't think there was a link there at that point.
And then now
But-
we're making it.
But so I've been watching reaction videos because some reaction videos were like, his mom's a badass fighter and he's not. Like they're all like, oh my god, she's it. She is it. And then why is Rand not? But
Because he
so
didn't get training.
And he grew up in the Two Rivers as a hobbit.
yeah. As a sheep herder. Oh, you know what? For some reason I got goosebumps when Min, the seer, was saying something like, he raised the boy in a field beside some sheep, like something like that. And I was like,
Oh,
and
sheep
got very-
herder.
yeah, Jesus moments. But anyway,
No, I love
Maybe
what
I'll
she
cut
said.
that out.
You were the first vision I ever had.
oh yeah.
That was
Yeah.
like, ooh, I have to listen. Although Anima knows this because I watched at her house. I was literally just curled up in a little pillow, just watching. Barely awake, but I was like, ooh.
So do you think? So after this episode, do you think Rand is the dragon?
I'm
Or-
still not convinced. Because
Not
like,
convinced.
because the machinchin, machinchin, machin. As an aside, I kept on thinking of like, what is a good pun for this? There should be a good pun for this name, and I couldn't think of an English pun, so I just like mag-uso tayo ng machinchin.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I heard it the first time she said it.
I'm keeping this.
So the machinchin, what does that machinchinan mean?
Machinchin. Machinchin is
But speak
Sincerely.
straightforwardly. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, directly.
Let's read
no,
there.
Usually-
not specific. It's still not getting it. Machincinan is like a
Honestly, frankly,
Frankly.
no.
Because it's a bit in your face.
yeah. Let's have a confrontational talk.
Yes, it's more confrontational
Yeah,
than
let's have
the
a
frankness or
confrontational
the
talk,
directness.
right?
Which, if you think about it, is what
Fits.
Machin was doing.
Fit, but again, they said the machinchin said false things also. I think, but
Like what?
but
No,
I don't think, but I
Moraine
don't
said, right?
Yeah,
It's Machinchin is going to talk to you.
Hmm.
Don't listen to it. It will lie or something like that. She
But
said
I-
something
Or,
like
or
that.
maybe the dark side of you.
but yeah, I don't think it says lies. I think it says your negative
Deepest
self-talk.
fears.
Like
Yep.
parents.
Negative self-talk.
Wait. Oh yeah, wait. Because
Right?
parents was you killed your wife because you love another
You love
woman.
another woman more than her, or like you will watch them die and you will do nothing to protect
It's
them.
like when you're wearing
and
the ring of power.
Mm-mm.
It
Yeah,
amplifies the bad in your heart.
you are nothing. You're just, to a queen.
Amplifies the bad in your head.
Exactly. So, it's like I don't think it's true or not. I actually think it's true that these are thoughts that you have, but I
Mm.
think it is false in that it's just you talking to yourself. It's not, it's a true insecurity.
It's not a
Yeah.
narrative device.
Choose-
Yes.
the true insecurity. Yes.
It's a true insecurity. So I'm still not 100% that
So
she's the
same.
dragon.
And again, it's me and my TV show hat because I was like, why did Moraine also like say yes, you're the dragon right now? Like, what was the unless it was Min's vision that made it validated?
Maybe also Moraine was thinking that because she knows that if she brings the 5 there, 4 will die.
Oh, so it's like, oh, if Rand dies,
Here you go.
I'll go back to the
Yeah.
I have a few more left.
It won't be wholesale dying. It'll just be installment dying. She can just like, oh, okay, it's fine. Let's go back.
you know what? There were so many things in this episode. Because as we talk, right, then I'm thinking of other things that are happening.
Me too. Because the other thing I was
What did
thinking
you want to talk
about,
about?
the other thing I was thinking about was there was this whole whoever stands between the dragon and the dark one will die or whatever. Right?
Yes.
Everyone's gonna get decimated. Does that include Moiraine and her warder?
Exactly. Or
Are they gonna shut them in the room and then like bye
yeah,
bye?
it's like, wait, have a meeting with the Dark One and
Or
then
like, let
we'll
me
get
seal you, and
And then
then
there's like a
we'll
portal,
facilitate, and then
and
we'll
then you
update
just like
everyone. Hey guys, done already.
I look through the portal. Are you done? Hello.
They're holding the cameras. Hi guys, go.
oh god.
Hey,
Because
one way glass.
like I feel like in the next episode, I feel like they're gonna chase after them. Right?
And they will
Oh
meet the
yeah.
evil Matt.
Did Evil Matt come out of the portal?
It looked
Was
like Evil
that was
Matt.
like an Evil Matt swagger, no?
Swagger. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you think. Okay.
Who do you
Wow,
think?
who was it?
Hadden Fane?
Yeah, I was thinking because
No,
you
the
know
hair was not. The hair was not. I'm
it's not
very
curly enough.
sensitive. Very sensitive about hair, but his hair was not afro-y enough.
This is
Okay, disclaimer, I watched this episode with Anima, so a lot of the fresh reactions that I have
We're like,
would
is it
have
Matt? Is
reinforced.
it Matt?
Yeah, we were like, because I asked her because she had seen a few minutes ahead, and then I came over, and then we started
Watched
we
it
watched from
again.
the start,
Yeah.
and then I think I said something to the effect in the middle, like, "Oh, is Matt gonna suddenly show up?" And then Anima goes, "Ooh,
Wait.
wait," and then suddenly, swag.
Who do you
Matt.
think? But like we can
think-
rewatch it back.
I think it's. Oh no, there was bonus content.
Oh, then it really was him?
Yes, if you look
Wait,
at
which
if you look back
bonus
at their
outfits.
at the outfit. So that-
Oh, okay.
but that's a good that would have been a good theory, I think.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
But maybe they will. Hey, maybe they will run
Yeah.
into or like, and then like, and okay. So this is my question.
Yes.
They still could have used the ways to go to the eye of the world, right? Or did they
Yeah,
just not want to
because
risk
they
it
just-
anymore?
Because they just did a
Detour to Faldar.
detour, right? They said what's the nearest place? Faldara.
Aldara, yeah.
And then because if the eye of the world is one day away from Faldara, then I guess it's literally there, right? The next stop of the ways. Because I was really wondering.
Right? It's a cool. It's an MRT station.
To be fair, when I think about it, a full day's walk is a long walk. So,
Yeah.
and then if they didn't take the ways, then the rest of them can catch up, right? Because it's going to only be a few hours.
No, because they need an Aes Sedai to open the ways, and then they need Loyal to read the
no, by that I mean
Read
they
it.
didn't take it, right? So they will be able to catch up through the
the
blood.
Oh,
others.
you mean- Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because there's
The other.
anyway, let's talk about other stuff.
Okay.
What else
I-
did you want to talk about? Because I want to talk about Lan and
I
Nine.
want to talk about Lana. It's so cute. It's so
I
you
was-
know what it is. I was thinking about it. You know what it is. It's classic Hallmark Hollywood. Hallmark. Shit. What's it? Holiday movie
Fodder.
tropes.
Yes, it
Right.
was.
Right.
It was.
It's like orphan girl follows stoic guy,
And then she peeks through the window of him
peeks
having
through
a
the
family
window,
dinner.
and it's a happy family dinner, and there's a little niece, and then he tells scary stories,
It's Nynaeve and me.
Oh my
every-
God,
and
my
then
niece
and then
was there.
and then the old uncle says she's very beautiful.
I hadn't noticed.
I hadn't noticed. No. But also, I have a question. I have a question there. I was parking that question. So she said, later on, she said, why does he call you Daishan? As if the old man was the only person calling him Daishan, but everyone was calling him Daishan
Yes,
as soon
everyone
as
was
they
calling-
got there. So
I guess maybe it only settled to her now.
she wasn't paying attention.
Oh, because I'm the uncrowned king.
Ooh.
Wait, did you notice well, to me I thought it was a kimchi hot pot that they were.
It was like a hot pot they were having.
It
Yeah.
looked
Well,
like miswa to me, but that's me.
well, I just thought it was really nice that they had it was just a very Asian feel, that whole Faldara scene. Like the
Yes,
guy
yes.
the guy was like, "Where is he from?" And then I looked, he was from Marco Polo, and then they had the Mongolian throat singing, like through the whole thing. So it just felt very Asian. Of course, the the dropout Aes Sedai was also very.
The dropout, I said.
She was a dropout.
Without jewel in the ring, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
it's
the
like
dropout
you
Aes
weren't
Sedai.
powerful enough to.
I know.
And let me stroke the ring and point it out.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. I was like,
I don't rub it in. She dropped out.
I also love the whole fact that I'm sorry, what's the name of the guy, the ruler of
Algamar,
yeah,
Algadar.
that he was framed in a circular thing, which is very
that was
classic
a very nice.
Eastern castle I
Uh,
don't know, accent. There you go.
architectural detail. But yeah, but it was like very Asian. So it wasn't a shocker for me to see like a hot pot type of setting.
I don't know. I was like, oh my god, that's a hot pot because I
That's
feel like
because you love hot pot. That's because you have hot pot every Friday.
anyway we're going on the side again.
As usual.
ADHD.
What's I gonna say? Oh,
But
Hot
yeah,
pot.
and
Rand and 90
oh,
was
and then wait,
so
wait.
cute.
And then when they were walking back, and then they were like walking together, and then they separated, and I was like, oh, why did they separate? There was no kiss. And then
No, but Rand was like, so this is
Lan.
me.
and then
Lan, not Ran.
Lan was like, oh, this is me.
And I know, and I was like, why
Good
did she walk
night.
him to his room and not him walk to her room?
Because he's a prince.
Noted.
But I like that she shot her shot. You know, go for women
that was not just
empowerment.
shooting her your shot. That was like literally committing.
and she asked for his consent.
Yes.
Very.
Do you want me?
Do you want me to leave?
Leave.
He's like, no.
Although technically speaking, when you write consent forms, that's actually not allowed
It's an
in local
opt-out.
law. Yeah, so it's
But
not
you have
allowed in
to,
local law.
yeah, you have
I
to
think.
explicitly say opt-in.
Opt-in.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was making consent forms last week for work, so
But I really love that it doesn't like hypersexualize anything. Like it felt very, I don't know.
I was a little
Like,
sad
it's
it wasn't
okay.
hypersexualized,
No,
but okay.
yeah. I mean, it's not sex. It's not. I was gonna say Sex and
Not
the
Game of
City. No,
Thrones.
it's not Game of Thrones. It's not like titties.
Yeah,
you
it's like
know?
titties everywhere bouncing.
Yeah. It's more of like it.
I like how we're talking about how it's not all titties bouncing, but also just on the the stream we were talking about how this is a booby book. I know it's probably not Game of Thrones boobies, but we were just talking about boobs. Just FYI.
No, but
Maybe
it's,
wait. I want to just address that the booby book.
mhm.
So Wheel of Time has a lot of nudity, but not sexualized nudity.
It's not.
Okay, fair.
And,
It's
and
not.
actually, I was listening to a breakdown of one of the episodes, and how they said that in the previous episode they showed Moraine and Swan's relationship, and they said in the book it's kind of obvious that they were lovers, and I said like, but that's not what Bodhi said.
So
So,
they were talking about how they tried to pull that out and call it out in the show. That implicit thing on the book.
I liked it because Lan was just like, and Lan has the he has the mangina.
The V.
Yeah, is it mangina? Is that what you call it?
No,
Or
you
is
know what?
mangina the other thing?
I don't want to
They call the
participate in that part of this conversation.
Slots.
The cuts, the cuts that you say that you one would get if a person
You're
is
cycling a lot.
a cycling person. Let me Google mangina.
You can
No,
put
Okay,
cards in
Mangina is
front of
different.
us.
Mangina is different.
Yeah, okay.
I
But
think
What's
yes,
with cuts?
some cutters, I think. Or never mind.
what are those called? But yes, he has those, and I'm like, Daniel Henney.
Yes, Danny Henney.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of love stuff, what did you guys think about the reveal that Perrin was in love with Egwene?
I don't think so. I don't don't believe it. I
So
love
I saw,
Parents' voice though. It's a nice voice.
yeah. So I saw again. I saw someone tweet like, "Well, he did say that he didn't love any woman other than his wife, and he was staring at Rand's face very directly.
So
What if it
he's
was
in love with
in love with
Rand.
Rand?"
Plot
Oh.
twist. I mean,
Yeah,
Amazon does have that warning, some homosexuality. So I'm
that's true.
just, it was there.
But I don't get. I just don't really get in the same way that I didn't get a vibe between Moiraine and Lan. That they were
Yeah, so same because
romantic.
there was the whole Egwene Perrin together for
A
God knows
long
how
time, and there
long.
was
Although I have to say, Egwene was kind of like nagpapaselos. What's that word? She was making comments like with the intention of making Rand
But jealous.
jealous. Because
Yeah.
when they were in Min's like tavern, they
Oh
were
yeah.
talking about the way of the leaf, right? And then Egwene said, and they were like, no chickens, no fish. By the way, the way Rand said no fish, it was very sexy. But then Egwene
I did
said
not notice.
it was white. I was like,
I'm
wow.
inserting a cut of that.
No fish.
Well, this boy.
No fish.
Anyway, so but
I can't. It's Hayden Christensen. I can't.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
it was me too.
With
Like,
Ryan Philippe hair.
I didn't.
That's what
I
makes
couldn't.
it disturbing.
He was like completely out of context. But
Put
he
it
was
in your
talking
head.
about no
Hayden
fish.
Christensen.
What?
No fish.
Ryan Philippe hair.
I'm
No
very
fly.
voice
No fly
driven.
zone.
But anyways, so yeah, and then
You were.
Egwene said, "Well, the food they made me there was better than anything you made me."
I'll tell you what, dinners with the travellers were better than anything you've ever had with me.
Which implied he cooked for her. I mean, Rand cooked for her, but then other people cooked for her in the Leaf people place. So, like, girl, why are you playing these games? You are too old to be playing these. Are you 17?
Okay, I did not get that.
Although it might be her personality, no, it's starting to shine through.
She's a
this whole.
flirt.
No.
No, she's competitive.
Yeah, and
Yes.
she's very. How do I? What is the word for it? She's very.
Petty.
She
She's-
cares about her self presentation, I guess, because remember that scene with
Mm.
Swain and how you're the greatest channeler ever, and she had the weird smile.
She was
Yes.
ready for it.
Right, so ready for it, and then this part where two guys are fighting over her. It seems like the approach to the acting is very consistent through. So maybe she's a bit cheeky and prideful.
She's conceited.
Ooh, yes, that's the most precise word for this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
You know what? That's super accurate to the book, so I love it.
Really, but yes, she is quite conceited.
I mean,
I
at
don't-
this point, like, they have to be from somewhere to go to some place.
If she was like hot like Nynaeve, I mean.
Okay, so Lan and Nynaeve, and I know we talked about how it's good that it's not hypersexualized or whatever. But literally, she was in her outside clothes the entire time.
This is a Tet problem. This is not. This is
Which
not.
one? Her green thing.
Yeah, so she was in her. So she comes in and she goes like, "You want me to leave?" And then they do the deeds.
Oh,
and
they
then it
never take
cuts
off her
over.
clothes.
Yeah, they cut
Yeah.
over, and then the next scene, she's
She's
back in
clothed
her
again.
outside clothes, fixing her hair. She's not seated on. Okay, fine. She sits on the bed, and that really disturbs me because outside clothes, sitting on the bed. But then Lan has taken off his clothes,
And he's topless.
so there's
the
no
whole time.
half. I mean, there could be like a half, like I don't know,
Like
inside.
a chemise, like
Yeah.
she's dressing. Yeah.
But literally, I'm beginning to think maybe she didn't even take off her shoes the entire time.
No, this is an Asian household. She took off her shoes the second she came through the
100%.
threshold.
I think so too.
100% she took off her shoes.
No, but that was just me. Like, there's still no, how do I say this? There's still no portrayal of Nynaeve that's very vulnerable. Like, even in a scene where you want her to be a little softer, she's still not.
Oh, Okay. Meanwhile, I do get those vulnerability moments with her
This is in
face.
her face
Her
all
face,
the
just her
time.
face. But like,
Yeah.
you know how Lan
Oh,
is
okay.
like very he takes off layers and you kind of and but you kind of get like, okay, there's more to him. Like they showed his scars at the back,
Mm.
right? And
There's
Nynaeve, you have no additional information about her
there's this
outside
shot
from her
of him
feelings.
where he's like this. He does this. This. I have to show you this. This part of the arm of a guy, like I'm not buff, but like for him, and this part was like hollow. Jesus Christ! I was like,
I think I have it. I'm
I'm
kidding.
sure you have it because I'm like a chubby girl and I have it. But that part of his arm, I was like, what is that?
And you know it was a thirst shot because honestly, who falls asleep like this? Honestly.
My baby,
Fair. Your baby also sleeps in various uncomfortable positions.
like a drunk person. But yeah, that was he had so many thirst traps shots.
So many. Not we're not complaining. We're
Okay.
just saying so
We need
many.
more. We need
Exactly.
more. Oh.
And it answered my question. They took off his thing.
Yeah, she was
in
like,
bed.
does he wear his
I'm glad
hair?
he did because I was because he took a bath in it before, right? During the first episode. So yeah. What else? What else?
What else a part of the show? I liked how they finally explained. Remember my question, like, why is Loyal? Why did they bring him over anyways? He's like slowing people down, and that's why they brought him. Like he could read. But
He's the only one who can read the map. But then yeah, go.
Yeah, but then like really Maureen is super, super learned and she can't read it?
I don't think it's just the reading part because I think because they built the entire ways, he also knows how it's.
The
Because remember,
Minds
he
of
didn't
Moria?
read. Because he didn't read. No, he didn't read the guide, right? Like when she
Mm.
asked, like, which is the nearest stop.
Oh yeah, he
knew.
knew.
Like,
So there was
and
a
it's this way,
Okay.
and it's this
So-
near.
this is what I guess I don't like because I think there were a lot of scenes that have been cut. And there was one scene when remember when Maureen first meets Loyal
Mm.
and then she's like, "Oh, Builder, how are you?" Like she was
Fake
perking
perky.
up for it. And then there was a cut scene where they're looking at the map.
Oh.
So I think there was a map of the ways. I don't know, but I think it would have explained a lot more in that episode. But I think they're cutting a lot.
But there's not enough of Loyal in this episode, I feel.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
him.
Like there was
Yeah.
so much interaction with everyone else except him. Like, is he sleeping? Is he shopping?
Yeah,
where
did
did he
he just
go
disappear?
afterwards?
Yeah, he could I could just
Wait.
imagine him in the big conflict.
And
In the
I
big
don't
conflict
hear what
episode, and he
did
could
the
be like,
Match and
"Stop,
Shin
stop."
not talk to him?
It was
Wait,
too
wait.
slow.
Before wait,
You will. Okay, cut away.
I want I want to share Lily, my wife, to the audience was saying like, "Hey, where did the animal go? What animal? What animal? The cute animal. Are you calling Loyal the cute animal?"
But he is cute.
Yes.
I
Like
think maybe
a-
she meant creature. Creature is accurate.
but anyway, yeah. So because he does disappear, right?
Yeah, where did he
I
go?
don't think he even was there with Agelmar.
Mm-mm. But I don't know. I was trying to see in the
I
background.
think we need to
who
kind
was-
of like review this because so Match and Shin does not talk to him.
It did. It was just slow.
Full sentence. You do not
You
know how to guide them through this complex path.
Oh no, you know what? It would have been like, you're getting too hasty like a human or something.
Is it really there? Can you really read this guide or have you lost the way?
the messenger.
And then what's that? Nynaeve does her raging sun moment again there. Oh, you know what? So I loved the reveal that it was Rand who had pushed the troll off and not
Yes.
Gwen.
That's because you don't like her.
No,
Hey,
okay,
hey,
I have a question.
I love
Wasn't
Egwene
she your
character.
favorite
I
in the
wanna
book?
say. In the book, yes, I love
Yeah.
her.
okay, I have a question.
He's
You know
very
how they were you know
Oh.
how they were asking Moiraine to reopen the ways and use the one power, and then
Yeah.
Ogier said you can't use the one power, but then when the Machin Shin came, she used the one power to open the ways, and also Nynaeve did her whole channeling thing, and nothing bad happened. I mean, they actually turned out okay.
Well, it's might as well. I think it's one of those like
Yeah.
Machin Shin
Okay.
is here already because that
Might
was
as
that
well.
was what was gonna happen.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Loyal said you can't use the one power in here because you're gonna
It
attract
draws the
the
Machin
Machin
Shin.
Shin.
Okay.
But then I was wondering, like, what was the plan then? If there was no match and shin, how would they have opened the ways?
There's a
So
button.
in
There's
the
a button you press.
in the book,
And the guy beep boop 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 boop.
this one I think I can about in the book, and that's why a lot of
You
book
say
readers
speak friend, and then
Then
the door
enter.
opens.
What is the Elvish? What is the Elvish word for friend? Melon.
what's this?
The
In
people
the
in the book.
so in the book, it's the ways aren't opened by an Aes Sedai. The
Oh.
ways are opened by Ogier. Like Ogier are the ones who
Oh,
open them. That's why we were all like, why is Moraine doing all this
the
shit?
opening, yeah.
And literally they have a key that they can open the way with.
Beep boop
Like,
boop boop beep boop boop.
or a staff pass.
So was Min grew up in Tarvalon, but she was not Aes Sedai. She was just
Yeah.
a seer, I guess,
Yes, which no one knows about.
which doesn't seem to be an Aes Sedai power per
No.
the Origins video that we saw.
Damn it, I really should watch this
It's
Origins.
beautiful. It's like a
You really
moving
should.
painting.
Yep.
Oh,
It's really
so they're
well
all
done.
the same as the first ones, like the breaking.
There were a few. So they have explainers of the episodes, and then they have origin stories. So it's quite, but they don't open it, I think, until after the next episode is released. Like I can't open the
That's
episode
good.
04, episode 7 yet, if that makes sense.
Mm.
I really like the episode breakdowns though, because the creators, the guys who made it are also like they seem to be really fans too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh no, so I can't even. Is it Rafe? Rafe Judkins? No,
I don't know.
the red-haired guy,
The red-haired guy, yeah. So it's nice.
the gay red-haired guy.
Yes. My favorite one is when they were talking about when Nynaeve was running through the forest and they just told her, just run as fast as you can and we'll keep up. And she was running behind a truck that held the camera. And then she
And she
outran
outpaced.
Yeah. And they said no actor has ever outrun
Because she
this
runs
Chloe
too
Robbins,
fast.
I love you so much.
And so you remember that you said they didn't show her taking off her clothes. And then after they did the deed,
Deed.
she was
Fixing her hair.
retying her hair, meaning she undid her braid when they did the deed. Is that meaningful somehow? I don't know, but they're always like the braid this, the braid that. And so I wonder if it means something that she undid the braid.
And Lan did like teased her a little, like a wisdom never weds.
He was basically dangling himself in front of her.
He doesn't need to dangle himself anymore. She
Daniel-
already opened his door and went, I'm here.
Do you want any of this?
Braid. But that was a good episode, I think.
It was really nice. I'm excited for the last one. I wonder.
Yeah, I wonder
I
how
hope,
But there's so many things to answer, no?
I hope it's not a super cliffhanger. It's gonna be kind of a cliffhanger.
Okay, so we know coming from episode 7, there's potential Matt or whoever that person was heading into Faldara. Who's that person? What conflict will that
Yeah,
person?
what's their role? Yes.
Yep.
He's a dark friend.
And then
And then
Moiraine
and I
Rand
still feel
into
there's
the
gonna
blood.
be a Captain Planet thing that's gonna happen.
Yeah, because Min said they're all interconnected.
Right? And they all have lights that are going to
Which is what I told Anima when we were watching. I'm like, Captain Planet,
Right.
by your powers
Captain
combined.
America. Yes.
They'll create another person. And another person
And
will.
the
Will
other
fight
person is
them.
the baby that Rand was holding. Wait, what was? I was so confused with Rand's baby, and then someone like that. Someone said that's Anakin and Luke Skywalker.
I mean, but what
Someone
about
else.
Perrin? Perrin is like he has golden eyes, and then he has his mouth is
Oh,
dribbling
with blood.
blood.
He'll
'Cause he's
be
a
a
wolf?
wolfy wolf.
But he's not
That's how
gonna
he
be a
saw the
physical wolf,
guiding. He
right?
saw the guiding post
Yeah, yeah, you know
from
this.
in the dark.
That's why. How
Oh.
did you see that?
Because
I don't-
wolves can see the dark.
Okay, so with one episode left,
What's
Yeah,
gonna
with one of
happen?
what do you think?
What are the what are the threads that need to be tied for you guys?
Who's
Like
the
what are
dragon?
yeah, who's the dragon?
Do you think they'll answer it in the first season?
I hope so.
No, I mean,
No, what happens in the books? Do they answer it in the first book or the second book?
Yes. I mean in the first book, yes.
and then they go into adventures with the Dragon Reborn, essentially.
Fighting the dark one?
because
That was a real question. I wasn't making fun, Bodhi. Like, do they find
so
out
the
early
dragon
and then just
must
go into
unite the
adventure?
world to, combat
Oh.
the armies of Trollocs that are
So
gonna.
it's not the primary conflict.
Oh, the who is the dragon is not the primary.
Okay,
It's
okay.
about building the world together.
Okay.
Yes.
To band together.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. So who's the dragon? Is the dark one that guy with the flamey eyes and mouth
No, I think that's just a dark friend.
Wayfo.
in the dreams? Because they have these dreams and they're like the flamey
Yes.
eyes and mouth. He's not very scary.
Oh.
He
No,
kind of no, right?
he's very bad CGI for me.
The
I
guy
know.
on the horse is scarier.
Yeah, the fade is scarier.
The fade is scarier. There you go. The fade.
So what does the dark one do? What does he want? And ito, I mean, they haven't discussed it in a couple of episodes, but Maureen was saying that I didn't choose this fate any more than you did. You know, the weaving of the pattern, but you cannot escape the weaving of the pattern, blah blah blah. And I think it's kind of like a shit deal, right? Like you're just fated to do whatever you were destined to do, and maybe there is some point to the breaking of the wheel so that people will have their own free will and they don't have to do things over and over. If they were just gonna follow some kind of predestiny that either someone else is weaving or you have dictated it in your previous life and then this life I have no choice, then that's not a very fun way to live, right? I mean,
I'm glad we're going to this philosophical route.
yeah.
Though I think so they kinda have this line where it's like the wheel turns again because it gives us another chance to get better at what we're doing, blah blah blah, which I liked.
Like a Groundhog Day.
So if that's the
Really
case,
feeling
right?
that
If the
we
wheel
got-
keeps turning, then what is the point of the struggle?
That we
Like
keep getting better.
like
No. So
reincarnation.
you just wanna make sure that people's lives don't end in an ugly way in this turning of the wheel. Like you have a good life in this turn.
It depends when you're spun out again by the pattern.
Yeah. So like what Ayla was saying, she's
Yeah,
following the
which
way
is what
of,
I liked also.
yeah, she's following the way of the leaf so that when her daughter is spun out again, is spit out again, it's a better world. So I think there's like an overlap. I don't think it's like
Yeah.
everyone
A whole-
dies.
a whole
New
wheel.
batch, right?
Okay.
New batch. I think it's like tuk people.
Okay,
in and
so
out,
because
people
that's
in and
what
out.
I was wondering about, because they're talking about like this very big world-ending kind of battle,
Mhm.
right? So I was wondering, like, is that how the wheel resets? Like, big bang battle, and then suddenly world is new.
This is very Matrix.
Yeah.
The one and
Yeah,
the
like-
reset.
Like third version of the Matrix already.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was at the back of my head. Like, are they trying to avert a world-ending crisis so that the wheel keeps turning, or
But that's why in a way, I do like the argument of the dark one.
I do
Which-
too. I like it.
I want to
too.
break the wheel.
I think it's
Stop the stuff.
to be honest, I think if very simplistically, and I don't know, I haven't read enough of the books for this yet, but very simplistically, it seems like on the people who are for the maintaining of the world is the maintaining of the wheel, is that people know what to do. People know that I'll try to be good in this life so that in the next week turning of the wheel I'll have a better life, or whatever. Maybe I'll be reunited with my family, or whatever circumstances, or whatever consequences are outlined for that. And then the other people are like, but I don't want to be just set. I don't want to be a farmer anymore. I don't want to be just like a whatever. I want to be someone who is mobile in my life, and not just have like this setting. And that's probably how they were able to build like Jesus. That Jesus guy, the false dragon, was able to build like false arm. Logain was able to um, build false armies, because they were probably like, I don't want this. I don't want to be over like Aes Sedai. These children of the light. They're just telling me what to do. Who died and made them, boss? Blah blah. This is my simplistic thinking of interpretation of it so far. And I think people who don't want the wheel to be broken are people who are benefiting from the system.
Yes. Which
Sounds
is
like
the
politics now.
People in power.
Just felt
sorry, I
so
always have
sad
this
after
hesitation.
Lan and Nynaeve.
Yeah, after that amazing Land 9 we went straight into the philosophy of the Wheel of Time.
Wait, before we leave, I just want to highlight my favorite part of the Lan
Yes.
and Nynaeve. It's my favorite thing because it reminds me of like when I started dating Brian, who's here.
Oh.
And then I saw him playing really nice with the kids, the capoeira kids, because we had like a dinner party somewhere. And then there were like these rowdy kids, and they were like, blah, blah, blah. And then he played with them, and he like really sat with them, and he was listening, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, this is a good guy. And so I'm thinking Naini was like, oh, ovary spoof.
Yes. Yes. 10,000 times yes.
Right?
Bodhi,
He's
calm
like,
your
"Oh."
ovaries.
Yes, my ovaries, wait, they're exploding.
So when I was watching that episode, right, and then he takes off his shirt and then he's talking to her, and I'm like, Daniel Henney has such a I own big dogs kind of energy. It's like a guy who owns big dogs. So I went on his Instagram. He owns 2 golden retrievers.
Oh, yes, yes.
He has a big dog owner energy.
And with that note,
I love you,
Let's-
Daniel Henney.
let's end positively with Daniel Henney and think thoughts of big dogs.
Yes, we should.
Ovaries exploding.
Your ovaries mostly.
So my panties have been thrown so many times. Thanks, Anama and Tet, my fellow Trekkies, for a Wheel of Time episode. It's our fourth. It's now our 4th episode
If
together.
we include the live stream,
Yes.
yes.
And I'm loving the opinions. And let's see what happens for episode 8.
Yay.
And then we won't have anything to talk about that.
Maybe
Except
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek.
We go back to Star Trek. I'm gonna watch.
I
Lower
wanna
Decks.
watch Star Trek, yeah. Yes. Anyway, yes. So thanks
Yeah.
everyone, and live long and prosper.
Live long and
Live long and
prosper.
prosper.
There's some Trekkies opinion.
Just some Trekkies opinion.